Hi, it's Tiffany Norton coming back to you live again from the Twin Cities Film Fest Red Carpet 2021. Very excited to be here and talk to our next filmmaker, the very sharp, the very well-dressed, and very interesting guy, Demetrius Matthews, who is our filmmaker that we're going to be speaking to, and your project is called Cling.
Yes, Cling is a film, a documentary that I've done. I decided to do for my grade school teacher. And so basically I grew up in Chicago. I went to school during the 80s, during the crack epidemic. And so Chicago the Chicago public school systems was deemed one of the worst school systems in the country. And so the mayor called the school board and say, send us your best teachers, give me their names. And so they took Mr. Cling and they sent him to the west side of Chicago, and so he became our teacher there. He came from he was a law student, and so what happens is that he came into a school system. He realized that it was so poor, the curriculum was so poor that he purchased books for himself, with his own money. And he kind of went through some things and some problems with his family for that. But at the end is that the second year we were testing out in high school and college levels. And everyone's wondering, like, okay, what's going on? These kids from Chicago, west side of Chicago, with these scores. And so they brought in newspapers and everything to follow our class. And so now after 25 plus years later, I'm here now. And so I wanted to do a documentary about Mr. Cling and just to show him that, he's appreciated while he's alive, because so many times we wait until someone passes and leaves us before we can really give them their flowers.
Well, I watched the film today, and it was great. And it resonated with me. My mother is a retired school teacher from the city of St. Paul for many years. And, it's funny. I would go to Target with her or whatever, and people run up, Mrs. Treston, hi, we don't, a lot of times as adults, take the time to recognize how much those teachers influence us. And like my fourth grade teacher reminded me of your Mr. Cling when you were saying in the film that on Fridays there was something special that would happen every Friday.
Yeah. We would have, he would kind of break it up. It was really high intense as far as like the academics and the things that he expected us to study. But on Friday he'll bring in pops, juice, and let us listen to music and like have a little, every Friday parties. Yeah.
I love that because you said he brought in the record player from the library. I had a teacher, Mr. Anderson, and I probably can't remember hardly any other teachers' names, but he used to do the same thing. So it really tugged at my heartstrings. Okay, so this is you're from Chicago, but you're based in Minnesota. What brought you to Minnesota?
Yeah, so I came here to go to school. I finished school here in Minneapolis, and I started an IT consulting firm going on about maybe 15 years plus right now. And so all of that is based off the math and me being a programmer was from some of the skills, most of the skills that I learned on my foundation from Mr. Cling. And so that's why it was just really so important for me to to get this off my bucket list, and I'm here. I don't know how I got here, but I'm here.
I think that's amazing. And you know what? But isn't that the legacy of Mr. Cling?
Yes. He's what a lot of people don't know. We didn't know that he ended up his wife because of him spending so much time with us, 10 hours plus, days that he ended up going through a divorce with his wife. The school system changed around, and he was kind of because he was using his own books and things like that, not following the curriculum, he kind of got in trouble. So he went into a depression. And so then when we showed him the film, and then he saw it, and then it just made him come alive again. And his best friend said, you know what? Tom was going down, and then this just brought him back. And I'm like, what? We helping the man that helped us. Now we can help him. So, yeah.
It's a full circle. It really is. Okay, so now that you are a filmmaker, if you were going to make a drama, who would you cast as Mr. Cling? Who would you cast as yourself?
Wow.
Because you can make those decisions.
That's a tough question. I was thinking about that. Who would be Mr. Cling? I don't know.
I feel like Adam Driver could pull it off. Do you know who that is? Well, he would be good too. Adrian Brody would be good. Yeah. Yeah, Adam Driver was just in Star Wars. What's he done? No, make what? Who would play you?
Who would play me? That's a tough one. I would like to play me. No, I'm just kidding.
You want to play yourself? Well, that's not bad. Yeah, you know what? That's what Sylvester Stallone did.
You know what? You're right about that. I don't know. I don't. That's a good question. I'll have to think about it because I'll have to be younger to play me. But
Right.
yeah, we have to find somebody, right? Yeah.
That's right. Absolutely. Okay, so you've been in Minnesota, you said 20, 25 years. So the big thing that's coming up on Sunday is the 30-year anniversary of the largest snowstorm ever on Halloween. So you missed that. But you said that you are still aware of it because...
Yeah, yeah. Minnesota is no joke. I mean, when it comes to snow, I call it Minnesota. But yeah, it's. I heard about that. It's history. Yeah, it was like mountains of snow. I saw pictures and things like that too. Yeah.
And we won't stop talking about it. That's why it never goes away. We love talking about it. Okay, so last question. I noticed at the end of the film you were saying that you have more projects that you're interested in doing. What's next? What's on the horizon?
The next project I have is it's called Surviving Corporate America, and so the reason
Take my money.
I want to do that, yeah, it's to talk about the things the office politics and things will happen. But I remember what kind of ties everything together with Mr. Clean is that he would tell us, he would say that we have to be 3 times better than him to keep up with him. And so when I entered into corporate America, I realized, I'm like, Mr. Clean was right, you know. And so there were so many things that being African American and male in corporate America, and the things you have to deal with, not taking away credit from anyone else, but I did have to be 3 to 5 times better than my counterparts.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We're going to document that.
I think that would be great. That would be fantastic. Well, you know what? I could talk to you all night. I know you've got to go. Yes, it was so good to get to know you, Mr. Demetrius Matthews, and I'm sure we're going to see you on the Twin Cities Film Festival carpet, or Twin Cities Film Fest carpet, red carpet. I think you're too dazzling. It's the jacket. I can't form my words. Okay, I almost got a clap. Okay.
You got me sweating over here, but thank you guys so much for having me. I love being here. I love the energy, being around so many great creative thinkers. I love it. I'm really happy to be in this place. Thank you.
Yes, and thank you so much for supporting. And you can also support the 2021 Twin Cities Film Fest and great documentaries and films and locally produced beautiful pieces that you can see and support online. And we appreciate your enthusiasm. And I'm Tiffany Norton. And thank you so much for tuning in to the red carpet at the 2021 Twin Cities Film Fest.